Fight number 11, we have Sam Pretty Boy Wright versus Dan Murphy. Dan Murphy coming all the way from King's Lynn this evening with a decent team of fighters. But it seems to be Sam that's pouring the pressure on early. Dan's certainly not having it all that way, so he's coming back with them decent shots. Sam Wright was in an epic battle earlier on against Dan Hevering, which went backwards and forwards right to the bitter end. It was a great fight. So we definitely know that Sam has strength and power and a certainly desire to win. Dan, pretty much an unknown factor, but definitely acquitted himself quite handsomely. Seems to be taking it in turns on the offense to defense. It's like you have a go, I'll have a go, you have a go. So it seems to be coming in waves like the tide. In this opening round at least, so therefore we'll see if that can carry on for 2 or 3 rounds, or if anyone can actually take charge of this match and put some sustained attacks together. Nice opening round for them guys. The fighters on these TKO white collar shows are all encouraged to come up with their own ring name. Sam Pretty Boy Wright is one that he came up with. Okay, second round. And it's Dan taking the opening honours. Decent three or four successional combinations. I tend to lean towards Sam for the opening round. But at the minute, it's Dan that's starting to nick the second. Can Sam turn it around to his favour? In these white collar shows, everybody wears 16-ounce gloves unless they're the juniors, in which case they were wearing 14-ounce gloves. It is heavily suggested to all fighters that they do take advantage of the head guards that are on the corner post ready and waiting. It is their own personal choice not to do so. Sam seeming to turn it into his hit, turning the tide in his favour now. It was Dan in the initial opening of the round that was finding the target and making the effort. But Sam seemed to be pushing it forward on and using that slight weight advantage to push Dan back into his own corner. Decent jab. Big gulp of air there from Dan, certainly feeling the pressure and the weight of this bigger gentleman. Nice touch of gloves there from the two fighters. So into the second round. That second round could be called a draw. So at the minute it's one apiece. Not one apiece. One to Sam, a one draw. So Dan really needs to pour it on, in my opinion. So third and final round. Here comes Dan charging it on again. He's certainly taken heed of what I said, and he seems to be the one making most effort and landing to this. Sam's certainly not out of the game though. A bit of a shove, put him through the ropes. And back on it. At this level, the anxiety levels, the endurance levels, it's quite hard to sustain any meaningful attack and come again and again and again, especially in this third round. For those people who have never done combat before, often you think that you have to be supremely fit to be a fighter. This is not necessarily always the case. A lot of the time it is very much the anxiety levels that are diminishing your endurance rather than the fact that you can actually relax and take your time. Heart rate, endurance, are all beneficial. But it's whether you can keep that adrenaline at bay. Both these guys content to stand and trade. No one's generally got the power to destroy the other. So it's a question of who has the endurance to push through to the final bell. And there we have it. There's the final bell. Great fight from both these gentlemen.